Hello students, is this in this series of curriculum studies. Today we will study principles of formulating aims, selecting content, teaching learning and evaluation procedures. So let us proceed further. First of all, we will talk about principles for selection of aims, which are as follows. We all know that before selecting the aim, we should know that whether these aims are realistic in nature or not. Realistic means, are they really exist or can we really fulfill them? The nature of aims should be comprehensive, means composite. They should be comprehensive. There should not be two or three aims collaborated together. There should be very much clear that there should be feasibility in the aims. Feasibility means it should be achievable. Then there should be creativity. All the monotonous style of aims should not be there. There should be dynamism, means if we have selected some aims but there is a situation we need to change, we should bring dynamism in the aims. And utility means day-to-day life usage should be there. So these are certain principles: realistic, comprehensive, feasibility, creativity, dynamism and utility. Let us move further. Now we are talking about principles for selection of subject matter or content for the knowledge for the curriculum. Content selection, as we all know, is a very crucial stage in curriculum development. So that is why the content selected should be significant, valid, it should be interesting, utility, learnability, feasibility and self-sufficiency should be there in the content. So let us look at it into it one by one. Significance of the content means the content is significant if it contributes to develop basic ideas, concepts, principles and generalizations. Means students are able to draw some generalizations out of this content. It is helpful to develop desired abilities, skills, attitudes among students. It is also helpful to develop a sense of appreciation towards one's own culture and heritage. And it is also helpful in developing sense of belongingness with community. So let us talk about validity. That subject matter is valid if it is authentic, means true, means the subject matter can be verified or checked at regular intervals to determine its validity time and again. Then the subject matter should be presented in an interesting manner. It should generate interest. The content should be selected and designed in such a way that it can arouse interest of the learners by taking into consideration their needs, age, grade and maturity level. Now comes the utility. Usefulness of the content or subject matter is relative to the learner, who the learner is and what he is going to learn and why he is going to learn this. Then comes the learnability. Subject matter should be within the range of experiences of the learners. Optimal placement and appropriate organization and sequence of contents are necessary in presenting the content so that it can easily be learned. Now comes the feasibility. Content selection should be considered within the context of the existing reality in schools, in society and government. Consider times, resources available, expertise of the teacher and the nature of the learners also while checking the feasibility of the contents. Then comes the self-sufficiency. The content should help learners attain maximum self-sufficiency in learning, but in most economical manner. Here economy means less teaching effort and educational resources, less learners' efforts, but more results and effective learning outcomes. Then comes the balance. Curriculum content should be fairly distributed in the depth and breadth of the particular learning area or discipline. Next is articulation. The level of subject matter should be smoothly connected to the next so as to avoid glaring gaps and wasteful overlaps in the content. Then comes the sequence. There should be logical arrangement of subject matter at every stage. Then comes the integration. Integration means it should help learners get a holistic and unified view on reality and outlook in life, as there will be seen horizontal connections in subject areas that are similar, so that learning will be related to one and another, so that we can make learning more meaningful. Then comes the continuity. The constant repetition, review and reinforcement of learning, wherein there is continuity of application of the new knowledge, skills, attitudes or values, so that these will be used in daily living. Then comes principles of selecting teaching and learning experiences. This is the third part. First we did principles of selecting aims, then we did principles of selecting of content. Now this is the third part, principles of selecting teaching and learning experiences. As we all know that teaching and learning experiences are the heart of any curriculum. So before selecting these experiences, following points should be kept in mind. First, helpful in fulfilling aims of curriculum. Only those teaching and learning experiences should be provided which are helpful in fulfilling the desired aims of curriculum. Then the teaching and learning experiences should be feasible. Means teacher should be well versed with all those teaching techniques, and they should have resources, and they should have all the setups. Then only it will be feasible for them to provide different kind of teaching learning experiences to the students. Then teaching learning experiences should stimulate learners' desire to develop the cognitive, affective, psychomotor, social and spiritual domain of the individual. There should be flexibility in teaching and learning situations or experiences. The teacher should see that what are the desires, needs, level of the learners, and according to that, teacher should flexibly adjust different kind of teaching and learning experiences. And there should be variety of teaching and learning experiences. Means they should be not monotonous, they should not be monotonous, and daily different kind of experiences should be provided. And last but not the least, child-centeredness is the foremost thing in teaching learning experiences. Though teacher is also very important, but teacher should act as guide, mentor and supporter, and the child is the main source around which the whole teaching learning process should revolve around. Then comes the principles of selecting evaluation techniques. If we have decided the aims, we have selected the content according to the aims, and we know these aims are feasible, the content is valid, reliable, up to the date, and we have provided students with good teaching and learning experiences, then there should be evaluation to see whether we have done all the three steps rightly or we need some changes. So curriculum evaluation technique here may refer to the ways and means for formal determination of quality, effectiveness or value of the program, process and product of the curriculum. As Tuckman has rightly defined evaluation as a way for meeting the goals and matching them with the intended outcomes. The following points have to be kept in mind while framing evaluation strategies. The evaluation strategies should be helpful in testing the objectives. whether we have realized our objectives or not as per the age, grade and level of the students. Then the techniques itself should be as per the age, grade and level of students. We cannot give a IAS level paper to the 10th grader, right? So every technique which we are using for evaluating the understanding of the students or their achievements or their creativity, they should be designed so that we should consider the age and level of maturity. Then the technique should test the real understanding, not only the memory part. And the evaluation should be consistently and regularly performed. It is very important that small, little, formative and summative, both kind of assessments are very, very necessary for bringing this consistency and regularity. Then recency. So while selecting the evaluation technique, we should see that whether this technique is an age-old technique or it's a new modern technique. So we should select those techniques which are being recently used all around the world, because there is dynamism, the aims are changing, the contents are changing. So accordingly, we should use the recent developed, newly developed evaluation techniques based on the new research outcomes. Then focused. Our evaluation techniques should focus on the aims or the program itself, or the what product we are expecting from this particular kind of program. Then objectivity. There should be little space for bias or subjectivity in evaluation techniques. Then there is no use of using those evaluation techniques. So objectivity means it should test whatever we are desiring to test it. So this is all about the selecting of evaluation techniques. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day. See you in the next series. Thank you.